Boy, it'd be pretty embarrassing if this didn't have any sound. Hey everyone, Jake Lyon here. Yes, I am. I swear. So I've been buying some records. Basically, someone who works at an antique shop I go to quite a bit is moving most of their collection. They're making the digital up. And they brought in a few last week, well, 70 or so. And there was kind of, some Dan Fogelberg, some Stephen Stills, good stuff. A lot of good duplicates, like a lot of Yes's first album, Time and a Word, Close to the Edge, Zeppelin 2 and 4, things like that. As well as some I didn't have that were cool to see, like Clear Light's first album, or I think it was their only album, as well as this one, Keith Jarrett solo concerts. It's a 3 LP of, you can see over here, piano improvisations, modal, really great. I listened to that all the way through. In the second batch of them, and all 70 of those were about $30. He brought in today's batch, there's about 100 records, and sold them to me for $25. And there's a lot of things that I'm really happy to have in my collection. First I'll go through the ones that are sort of meh, because, we'll start at the back, make our way to the front. So some of these will just be going to Goodwill or the record store, who will have them, like John Denver's Greatest Hits, Elvis's Golden Records, Elvis Separate Ways, Elvis in Person, Partridge Family's Greatest Hits, Pat Benatar, Kool and the Gang, Something Special. I'd keep it if I didn't have it. Yanni, Keys to Imagination. I should have at least one Yanni album, so that will be it. Joni Mitchell's Wild Things Run Fast. A bit later for Joni, I don't have that one yet. Earth, Wind and Fire, Rays, not sure if I have that one. As well as Gratitude. I like a lot of Earth, Wind and Fire's early stuff, so we'll see how that one turns out. BT Express, Energy to Burn. I'm pretty sure I've got one of their albums, so good to have another. Tavares, Hardcore Poetry. Tavares, or however. What a great album title, Hardcore Poetry. Can't get over that. Year on the Mountain by Geoffrey Poister. Something like Poister. Apparently Crazy Fiddle Guy. Apparently the guy I bought these from used to play flute with him in a band. Donna Summers, Walk Away, Best Of, as well as Best of the Tramps, and Joan Armatrading. Not entirely in my interest, but still interesting. Some I'll keep, some I won't. Should figure that out. We also have Cheech and Chong's Up in Smoke. Why not have that? Songs of the Humpback Whale. Probably give that to my mother. And Tchaikovsky's Overture 1812. Throw it down with a classical. Now, the heart of this lot is kind of split halfway between jazz fusion and experimental electronic, and that second, this hand right here gets me real excited. But first, I'll take this stack right here. Ooh, you can hear this chair breaking. You can probably see it on the floor by the end of this video. Now, there was a lot of Renaissance, like in the beginning. Turn of the Cards. Song for All Seasons. Novella. And Azuro d'Or. I'm sure I said that mangled. I have a few of these already. Glad to have more Renaissance, Pentangler, great acoustical, folky sort of bands. We have here Zarthus by Robbie Basho. Looks cool on the Vanguard label. Lovely, lovely cover. Now here we have some I had these already, but I think these ones are in better condition. Well, the first couple. John McLaughlin with Mahavishnu. Mahavishnu. There we go. No extra N. Mahavishnu Orchestra, as well as those Intermounting Flame. We have Birds of Fire, which I already had. And then Visions of the Emerald Beyond, which I did not have yet. And then we also have some John McLaughlin solo. Actually, there's another one here, isn't there? Before I lose sight of it. No, that's someone else. But yes, this is Shakti with John McLaughlin, Natural Elements. And we also have Shakti with John McLaughlin once again. Which is cool. I didn't have any of McLaughlin's solo stuff, so it's interesting to see if we'll go there. Another duplicate for me, Jean-Luc Ponty's Enigmatic Ocean, but now I can give my other one to someone I love. Pat Metheny's Watercolors. We also have Oregon in Performance. I had an Oregon record, but I didn't really realize that they were sort of a chord jazz group. So that should be an interesting listen. Also have Ralph Towner, Gary Burton, Slideshow. I believe one of those is from Oregon. Larry Coryell, The Restful Mind, excellent. I'm so glad to have more solo. I don't even know if I had any solo Larry Coryell, but in the 11th house he's fantastic. Also have a couple winter consorts. The Road. That's a great looking cover as well. And Common Ground. Also, here's a nice little gem in there. The Legendary Performances, May 19th, 1961, Miles Davis at Carnegie Hall. I think this is probably the first solo. Well, no, I mean I had Bitches Brew and such like that, but I haven't had a lot of just Miles pre-Bitches stuff. Miles before the Bitches. Also have Paul Horn's Inside 2, which I'm pretty sure I have Inside 1 and Inside the Great Pyramid. Also have Paul Horn's China. He's kind of one of my underling collections. Underling, no. Special interest, you could say. We have 3 albums here by Ravi Shankar, The Sounds of India, and Festival from India. It's a big, hefty double album. Great feeling cover. And Ravi Shankar with Al Akbar Khan. Now we also have this Jan Garbarek, Keith Jarrett, Pale, and John Dickinson. Big fusion group. I already have this one, and I think mine might be in better shape. But once again, let's spread the love. Jazz fusion for my friends. Also have Keith Jarrett's Staircase. After that album, I hope to find more modal piano. And Return to Forever featuring Chick Corea, Him of the Seventh Galaxy. And it's a Return to Forever I don't have, so even more deluxations. Also here we have a lot of flute stuff, like Authentic Flute Music of India, Renaissance of the Celtic Harp, the Trinidad Steel Band, Abrasanquag, I won't try to read it, Environments, some music for Zen meditation and other joys, and then also a pretty large collection of these flute music of the Andes, the art of the Japanese flute music of the Andes, African music, a lot of this sort of ethnic stuff, and exotic sounds of the Japanese bamboo flute, which I have one record from this collection, and it was actually like fantastic. So if they're all that fantastic, then this is a hidden bunch of gems there. But now we get to my hearted interest, and a few that I'll just go through first. We have the Orchestral Tubular Bells. There's a Mike Oldfield album I like a lot better, Hirschfeld Ridge. I do not have, but this should be interesting, an orchestral version. And we also have, I think this must be Mike Oldfield live. It's kind of hard to tell what this album is, but it is Mike Oldfield. And this one, the guy was telling me, is actually a pretty interesting album because it's Silver Apples of the Moon, for electronic music synthesizer. And apparently this is the album that sort of started the electronic psychedelic sound. Really kind of kicked it off on the Non-Such label, who have put out quite a few good electronic things. So one for the electronic collection, but hardly just one. We have Antarctica by Vangelis. Buborg by Vangelis. All Vangelis I don't have. Soil Festivities by Vangelis. Invisible Connections by Vangelis. And Chariots of Fire, which I did have that one, by Vangelis. We have Jean-Michel Jarre, Equinox. We have Eddie Jobson's Zinc. We have Audion by Synergy. And also Games by Synergy. This is the only duplicate out of this group for me, which is Rubicon by Tangerine Dream. But now, try and keep count. Zeet by Tangerine Dream. White Eagle by Tangerine Dream. Alpha Centauri Atem by Tangerine Dream. Tangram by Tangerine Dream. Force Majeure by Tangerine Dream. Le Parc by Tangerine Dream. Poland by Tangerine Dream. Hyperborea by Tangerine Dream. Logos Live by Tangerine Dream. Feoria by Tangerine Dream. Bergamon by Tangerine Dream. Stratosphere by Tangerine Dream. Street Hawk by Tangerine Dream. Encore, Tangerine Dream Live. And Ricochet by Tangerine Dream. And the soundtrack to Thief by Tangerine Dream. That word, after saying Tangerine Dream so many times, it starts to sound weird. Now, Klaus Schulze was kind of one of the main guys, the main guy, Tangerine Dream. Here we have him with Al Di Meola and Steve Winwood and others on Live from Paris. That should be pretty interesting. And then we have Klaus Schulze X, Transfer, Klaus Schulze. So, look at all these look at all these, oh my goodness. Klaus Schulze Live, 2 LP set. Klaus Schulze Dune. Klaus Schulze Raider Bloss, live in '83 in Poland. Klaus Schulze Picture Music. Klaus Schulze Cyborg. Klaus Schulze Black Dance. And Klaus Schulze with Michael Shreve and Kevin Shreve, Transfer Station Blue. Now, my electronic section was like yay big. Now it's like yay big, and I need to find a different show for it. But I'm quite happy. All of those records for about $25. And more next week. Time to get my electronic on. I almost just did the robot. I was close.